from the start. And she do me wrong, that girl ain't right. But if she hits me up tonight, I said if she hits me up tonight, I'm on my way, I'm on my way. Yeah, when she calls, I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm on my way. Yeah, when she calls, I'm on my way. Yeah. Never know, never gon' call no more. Never gon' hit, don't want no more. F that chick in the script she own. When we got along, we ain't even get along. Super bad chick, super bad hit, super bad switch. Licking lips like you can have this. Never would've known she redefined. Never would've saw I had a red fine print. Girl, you plan this, you so scandalous. Don't say me when they ask who your man is. Good night's sleep is the price of a bad chick. No peace in your life with that chick. High school was a little fat chick. CrossFit, now look at that chick. And I mean every word I say. When she call right now, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Yeah, when she calls, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Yeah, when she calls, I'm on my way. Yeah. She used me, she abused me, and I ain't got no shame. She wants me, she needs me, and I wanna be her down by the riverside. She took me down, way down. She took me down by the river. I'm on my way, I'm on my way. Yeah, when she calls, I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm on my way. Yeah, when she calls, I'm on my way. Yeah.
Yo, what up?
Oh, what's going on? Orion.
What's up, yo?
Arion
What is
Salazar.
up?
What up, dude?
What's up, love? What up, you guys?
Hey, man. Dude,
I
thanks
miss
for
seeing that guy. I haven't seen you forever, bro.
I know.
You down in LA, right?
Yep.
Just manning the ship down there, just manning the sails.
Staying healthy, just taking care of business, you know, TCBY, take yoga, you know.
Yes. Dude. I love this guy, dude. You put me in a good mood. I'm serious, Orion. When I see you, I get joy. I get joyful in my little heart. I'm just like,
oh, thank you.
Serious.
Feeling is mutual. I love watching you guys doing this thing every weekend. It's fun. It's good stuff, and it's good work too. Good job.
Yeah.
Right on. Thank you.
Keeping it going, you know, like, yeah.
Taking care of business.
Taking care of business.
Why? With a little lightning bolt.
Yeah. Like fucking Elvis.
Taking care of business. You all right? Who did that song? I can't think of it right this second.
That is Mountain. B something, right? B-O-T. Bachman Turner Overdrive.
Railroad?
BTO.
Oh, wow.
Bachman Turner Overdrive.
Dude, that's a deep cut. I
got that before Orion. That's crazy. Me and Orion like, what year? Well, that was 1974 on the EMI label. So today we're happy Valentine's Day to anyone watching, and love and Valentine's. This is the day for our, loves. And that this song, I'm on my way. Piper came over this week. It was like, yo, dog, we got 77,000 views on fucking the song, and no one's ever given it respect. And this song, we got to talk about the song. And he was all pissed off about how no one knows. Like, he listens to our Spotify playlist, and he loves this song. He goes, dude, I forgot how amazing that song is. And Orion, we got to get Orion on the show. Da, 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 da. And he's not here. So
He's not here.
Yay! Comedy. So this song is tremendous. I forget how dope this song is. The bass playing, obviously, Orion platinum selling fingers over here.
Yep.
Rayto Peter on the crazy. Those drums are amazing.
Killing drums.
Thank you.
Killing drums. The whole thing, that just sonically, man. I mean, that's a hell of it's a good mix. It's well recorded. Like it's on point. This recording is happening, I think.
Yeah, it came out good. It came out good. It took a while. That song has an interesting story.
It does. Me and Rayto and Orion were working with this artist, and we had these jams, and we collaborated and worked on stuff. And from those sessions, we never used them, so when Steve and Piper would show up. Oh, there's Speak of the Devil.
Is Pipe jumping on?
Oh, there he is.
Hey!
I resent being called the devil. What's up with it?
What's up, man?
Fucking
Chilling. I know that's not Orion right there. That cannot possibly be Orion.
Yes,
The man
man.
who plays
Me, I'm
bass in a horse stance.
That's right.
Orion is the only man that practices martial arts to get better, to improve the technique at bass.
True that.
That's right.
Tremendous talent. That dude has an ear, man. I love me some Orion, man, and those hats.
Thank you, man.
That
Thank
is-
you. The feeling is mutual.
Fresh
Yeah,
hat.
how you
by the
been?
way.
How you been, dude?
Yeah, this is. I'm good. Actually, this is Gary Becker's hat that Dave gave me.
Yeah, Jason Becker's dad's hat. He
Wow.
gave it to me, and my head was too big, and I'm like, oh, and Ryan fit it perfectly, and he looks way better than me with that hat.
Certainly does.
Yeah.
So I'm
Orion
very
has
happy.
the mysterious thing going on, dude. It's like you don't know if this motherfucker is like a musician or fucking Sherlock Holmes or some like billionaire from England and shit.
He is all of that.
Yeah,
He
dog.
isn't-
All of that
he
and
is-
more. Stevie,
yeah.
what's up, man?
Yeah, go for a drive.
Yeah, as usual, Saturday morning.
It's tradition.
It's Saturday morning. Got to get in the car.
It's 40 degrees. If
Oh, he's
said
frozen.
40, he's frozen now, of course, because he's going for a drive.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's hella cold too.
I love the poncho. That poncho's fresh.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Oh, that is tight, huh?
That is dope. I got like a dashiki that's like the same, a similar design, but it doesn't have the hoodie.
Yeah, this keeps you warm. It's 3 degrees outside. This is like the alpaca. I don't know what it's made out of. It's something warm.
Hold on, man. Did you say 3 degrees?
It's 3 degrees here right now. 3. Uno, dos,
That's
tres.
just, yeah, that's
That'll keep you fresh.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I'm getting mad.
negative 7. It's going to be negative 10 degrees tomorrow.
What?
It's a polar ice
Vortex.
vortex coming down from Canada and
Oh, man.
right around the continental divide, Orion. It's right across that back. We're getting
Damn. The vortex, caught in the vortex shifting.
Yeah.
Damn.
Human beings aren't supposed to live in 3 degrees, man.
Yeah. It's one of the coldest days I've been here since I've lived here, but it's going to warm up eventually. We'll come back.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
David, Rayto, what's up, man?
I'm doing
Dude.
good. I'm in Flipsyde
Yeah.
mode today.
I like that.
What's
Right?
up, man? That's
Shout
what's
out
up.
to the merch. Go to the merch store and grab you some classic little Flipside merch.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
There's
we
plenty.
kept- the merch store is dope, man. You know, I mean, we kept the same design from when we first started, and we try to keep it simple and just branch out from there. We listen to the fans, we listen to the customers, we listen to what resonates with y'all. So go to that merch store, man, and that's us, mainly Stevie. You know, picking those designs, man. So creating the merch for y'all. So, you know, we love y'all, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in every Saturday morning, especially after a long week with a whole bunch of hardcore workouts. You know, Dave is riding his bike,
Dude,
Ray's
so
running mountains, Steve is skiing, you know, Orion is doing his martial arts with the bass. it's like we have long hardcore weeks, man, and then we get to Saturday morning and we get to hang out with y'all. So it's a beautiful thing. Dave, what's up, man? I got to kick it with Dave this week. I got to get in the studio with Dave.
That's right. And so I was telling them how when you came over, you showed up, you're all pissed off about how On My Way doesn't get any respect. Yo, fucking that song's got 77,000 views. And fucking we got to talk about that song. Get Orion on the show. We got to talk about this song.
Yeah.
So here we are. Let's talk about the fucking song. I'm on my way. Tremendous fucking jam. We were just talking about how Orion and Reto sounded incredible on that jam. And just that whole vibe of it feels like it's throwback kind of Beatles, Motown. I don't know what you would call that kind of like feel. You know?
I think, how did it come up? Orion, you probably came up, you had that kind of the groove, and we just built it around it, right?
Yeah, it was like we had those changes like you guys were talking about. We had those changes, a couple changes, couple chords, and started talking about Taxman, Beatles Taxman group, and then the Beck New Pollution a little bit, which is basically Taxman, and then Reto just hooked it up, and we started grooving, and we found a groove pretty quick.
So those drums were recorded at Jingletown back in the day. That was like 2015 or so.
And tell them what Jingletown is, right?
Jingletown was Green Day studio. So that's where they recorded American Idiot, or part of it anyway. And so I worked at that studio for a few years. And so that's there in the C room we were, and that was a good sounding room actually. Yeah, it's no studio anymore, unfortunately, but they sold it.
Wow.
You know, it's a bunch of rehearsal places. Actually, D Sharp is in C now. He has a room in that live room. He has his setup is in that live room where we recorded the drums.
Nice.
We got to go see him. We got to go hang out with him.
Yeah.
He makes a cameo in the video.
He does.
That's right.
Yeah, he came through. Hey, Orion, man, that bass and On My Way just it doesn't stop, man. That bass beats you into submission. Yeah. You know, I submit. That bass is Orion is the master of the pop soul bass. You know, he can make it pop and he can make it have soul at the same time. And I think it comes from the stance. Yeah. Me myself. You know, do you teach?
Just
the
what?
Stance?
Just what?
The stance, dog. The stance.
Summoning the
exactly.
You just
the
gotta get the center of gravity.
Of the earth. Yeah.
You know, that's what I try to do every time. So
do you teach, dog? Do you teach people how to play bass? Or are you just hoarding the technique?
I'm hoarding the technique right now, but I might share my wisdom. I might be teaching later, you know, right now just hoarding. So.
All right, man. I could dig it, man. Hoard the technique. You know, it took you your whole life to. I remember chopping it with Orion, man, and Orion was talking about like learning how to, like you taught yourself how to play bass pretty much nonstop, like 12 hours a day over a period. You learned it in a short amount of time too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was like a lot of folks probably coming home after school like every day and just straight to the bedroom with playing records, learning records, you know. I think I remember I just did a lot of like 5-hour every night for like a year. The end of that year I was pretty good.
How much homework did you get done in that time, man?
Actually, I didn't mind. I wasn't able to balance the school responsibilities with the music. I got better at music, but I did what I could.
I could relate. With that for sure.
Dave Lopez had to chime in on that.
I had to relate. I know because
how'd you choose the bass, Orion?
You know what it was? It was like just like a lot of cats. It was initially I knew I wanted to play music, and actually first I wanted to be a drummer, but drums are expensive, and it just didn't seem like that was going to happen. My dad played guitar. So it seemed like it was going to be easier for me to get a guitar. So I just said, okay, let me play guitar. And they got me an acoustic. And just basically what happened was I learned a little bit, and I went to a jam with a bunch of cats that were way better than me. And there were already like too many good guitar players in my junior high. and somebody said, "You know what? We need a bass player. Why don't you do this?" And handed me a bass, and then I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." But then I got really into bass. So yeah, like that, you know. That's how a lot of bass players start.
That's awesome.
So a big part of it was your dad, right? Your dad was
Yeah,
signed in the 60s or early 70s. He had a record deal, right? And he
he
signed
had
Fantasy.
he had a record deal in the late '60s when he was like 17. Actually, signed to
Wow.
Fantasy Records, but it was like a single deal. And they put out a couple singles, and you know, yeah, there's just always music. My dad was always. I remember being a little kid and going to jam sets, super, you know, young and being having to wait and show up. He was at a jam session, and just always music around the radio. You know, my parents were young. They had me when they were like in 1920, and so hippies, just going crazy listening to music.
That's what's up.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know if
music did they listen to? Because you know about everything, man. We'll be coming. I remember because we lived close to each other, and we be coming back from the studio and we ride together. And I put on some music, and you know all about it. You know,
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
what you want to listen to next? That new D'Angelo. All right, let's listen to that. And you're like, I love D'Angelo. And then you're like, if you listen really closely, you can see how he has the players, you know, playing slightly offbeat or outside of the pocket to give this dirty feel. I'm like, God damn, I'm sitting next to a scientist. It was a trip,
oh
man.
man, that is.
Because I just know how the feeling resonated with me. It's like, okay, this song feels this way and this song feels that way. And you were breaking it down scientifically.
Yeah, that's nice of you to say. Yeah, you know, my parents listened to all kinds of music. Like I'll just cover the gamut from whatever, rock, soul, all the stuff that was popular in the '60s, you know, just whatever the good music was.
That's what's up,
So,
man.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I've worked with you on other projects too, and one thing that I always loved about you is not only your playing. I mean, you're an excellent bass player, but it's the musicality that you always bring to the project. You actually listen to the music. You know, you react to vocals, you react to the rhythm section and all that stuff, and I think that sets you apart from a lot of people who just are focused on playing a good bass part, but not really. You're becoming part of the band, you know, and I always love that about you and appreciate that. You know, you're really trying.
Yeah.
Damn,
And
thank you, man.
Absolutely.
So when did the bass line come in? Did y'all have the chord progression, and then that bass line came pretty quickly, or did that evolve over time? Or
I think if I remember right, we were jamming at the Soundwave rehearsals, and we would just jam pre-production the session just from a live. Remember, we sat down and then we would jam and go, that feels good, cool, next. You know what I mean? Kind of like that. It wasn't thought out too much, but it all came from us jamming. You know, some of the best songs come from just, you know, okay, that sounds good, let's go in the studio. You know, you put it out there like that. But I gotta say, Ryan, I don't know if the Flipside guys know, but the fans, Ryan's sold quite a few records with this band, Third Eye Blind. So if you hear that first Third Eye Blind album, that's all Ryan. Does some of the greatest bass playing ever. So yeah, so that's why he sounds like a platinum selling that song.
And that was one of the first concerts I went to, Orion. You knew that, right?
Yeah, that's a trip. That's super cool.
I drove up to Nashville with my friend Parker. Remember, guys?
I remember Parker.
How do I open the gate? Oh, too many pharmaceutical drugs, bro. Anyways, we had a Camaro. He had a 96 Camaro, or maybe it was 95. We were like 16, and it was a school night. I'll never forget. It was a school night. I don't think we told our parents. You just do it and ask questions later. So we're like, we're going to Nashville, dude. We got in the car. We drove 90 miles. So and into Nashville, and we saw that was probably your first tour off the first single. If I had to guess, because I mean it wasn't like, so you know, it wasn't like arena level yet. It was like still pretty, you know what I mean? It'd been like a Slims type of vibe. But
that's amazing, man. Yeah, that's cool.
So what else? Steve, tell them what you did with that. See, didn't you steal their CD or?
Oh no, this was back at tapes. There was a tapes, and it was called Blockbuster Music. So I still owe you like $4.99 for that.
Oh,
I need to pay you that money. I had a Bronco too, and I think I think I left my car in neutral, and my car had, while I was doing that, my car had like been in neutral and in reverse and almost hit a car.
Oh wow!
I came running out. Bronco 2's in neutral. Just
Oh,
total
my
Steve
God.
Knight moment. Just
did
doesn't
you
mean
do
anything. Like, what are you doing, bro? I have no idea. Impulsive.
do the one where-
Impulsivity.
did you get like multiple like did you do just the one or did you get
No, you just
few?
do one. I never did more than I needed. I just wanted the one. I kind of grew up broke, dude. I didn't have a lot of money. You know what I mean? I was like, I needed.
No, I'm saying I know I'm actually guilty of a little bit of something like
That
that
was probably the
myself.
only time I ever stole music from a store. Seriously. I can't think of another time I took music from a store. That may have been the only time.
I had a friend who used to steal. Tom Tucker used to steal cassettes and DVDs and everything at the mall, and so we just get, hey Tom, get that for me. And do these guys, yeah. So I knew the guys that I never would steal because I almost got caught stealing in 1980 in 3rd grade, stealing wacky packages from the fucking liquor store. Remember wacky packages? Orion, you remember wacky packages? So
I do.
I stole a bunch, and I had my cousin. He had stolen. I'm like, you should steal some too, right? And then the guy came out and was like at the bus stop, like took my cousin's fucking backpack and was through it, and I had a hell of them in my pocket, and he didn't find his. And I said, I'm never gonna steal because I stole and I would have got caught. And so I'd always talk other people as stealing for me.
Well, nice.
The white dudes. Get the white dudes.
Tom Tucker, dude.
Oh, it was Tom
Shout out
Tucker?
to Tom
Yeah,
Tucker,
dude.
dude. I miss him.
Shout out to
We gotta
Tom
hang
Tucker,
out,
man.
bro.
Yeah, he got caught, and I think he went to jail for that, or the jail,
No.
mall jail.
Nah,
He
they
went
took
to
him out.
juvenile kid jail.
No, he went to the mall jail, Hilltop Mall jail. Like they just.
I had a partner go to Hilltop Mall jail, man. I never
What,
met
what is that? What did the mall? They actually had a jail in the
Yeah,
mall.
like a
Holding
security
cell
office,
until they can
man.
figure out what to do with you and see it. Was it over $300? If it was over a certain amount of dollars, then you get real trouble. But if it's under a certain amount of dollars, they just ban you from ever coming back. Kind
They
of.
banned you for a year because I went to the
Dave knows
jail too.
now.
I went to the jail for getting in a fight at the mall, and I went to jail. I went to they're like,
Dave, what did you get into a fight over, man?
it's a long time ago.
You remember?
I couldn't remember.
How
I don't
you
know.
remember, dog?
I don't remember it. That was
Maybe over some chick. Somebody.
that was the old
chick.
me.
That was the old Dave
That was the old me. I don't get in fights anymore.
with the long hair and like the
I had
skinny
long
jeans
hair.
and black boots.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, but anyways, they give you a year.
Erica. Nice. My wife is done.
Erica
I
went
love
to
it. Your wife.
Yeah, Eric. That's right, Eric. What's up, dude?
I wanna
Did you
hang
get
out with your
conjugal?
wife, bro.
Did you get conjugal visits?
They're like, you go to real jail or you go to the fucking the hospital. And so I'm like, I'll go to the hospital, right? Like whatever. Give me in a fucking one of those ambulances, right? And so I had the ambulance because I had someone it got hit in the eye, but that's another story. But and the doctor's like, yeah, whatever, blah blah blah. They let you go, and then you get a bill for $1,000 in the mail for the ambulance ride. You're like, wait, what?
That's right.
Wow.
That's messed up. It's like, look, we could either make money off you through the jail, or we can make money off you through the ambulance. I think the only thing, dude, I stole like a pack of Doritos one time, man, and I ran like 3 or 4 blocks. You know what I'm saying, with the pack of Doritos, dog. I was not into stealing, and I remember cats used to like eat and then run. I would hate that. When dudes just get up and
bitch.
it's like you sitting there. And the one time I did it, we were in Denny's in Emeryville, man. And we got up and ran out. We were in high school. Football players, super fast, dog. We got up and ran out like it was a riot or something. And we ran across the street. You remember they had, what was that, Good Guys or something, electronics?
Yeah, Circuit City or something.
Circuit City.
No, we didn't
Circuit
run
City.
that way. We ran the other way.
Okay.
We didn't run across the main street. We went across the other street. And a cop pulled up. It was a K9 unit.
Oh,
And he
hell
pulled
no.
up. We were like hiding in the bushes because my homie Jihad was supposed to go get the car and pick us up. And we hiding in the bushes, man. And the dude jumped out. He said, "Don't try to run. I have a dog with me." It's like, dude, I'm not running nowhere. I'm not about to get bitten by a dog. you know, and then we just got handcuffed and I remember the dude handcuffed me with like my hands pointed upward behind my back, sitting in the back seat, handcuffed next to my partner for running out of Denny's. You know, and then at the end of the day, we just had to go back and pay. So you know, I stole some Doritos and I stole some like fries and buffalo wings from Denny's, man. That's pretty much it.
Kids, don't do drugs. Don't run from Denny's. That's the moral.
Did you ever do that? What's that called? Dine and dash, right?
Yeah.
Right. Don't run from the police. Don't do none of that.
But dadgum, dude, Ryan, I want to hear about what you've been working on musically. Like, we got to get you on some more bass and stuff. You know, what's going on musically with you?
Actually, okay, so doing this thing, Dave's on it. We did a friend of mine
Beatle
has
thing?
The Beatle thing, exactly. So a friend of mine's got they're doing like an online Beatles convention on February 20th and the 21st.
I love it.
We're gonna play. So we pre-recorded 3 cover songs. One's got Dave playing acoustics beautifully.
You planned that for my birthday, right? My birthday's the 20th, so
that's exactly that's why we planned it, and I know that. So yeah. I'm sorry, I just got a thing. Yeah. So that's what it is. It's got a bunch of cool folks on it. It's got Jeff Schroeder from the Smashing Pumpkins, who Dave also knows.
Nice.
It's got Alex Skolnick. Maybe you guys all know Alex from Member.
Why do I know that name?
He's a guitar player for Testament. He's the homie.
From Testament. Greg Camp from Smash Mouth, good friend of Ratos, I believe, and other, right? Zoe Ellis. Zoe is singing on one song.
Awesome.
This crazy good singer named Maya Sykes, who's from down here, who's done all kinds of stuff. She was on The Voice, but she's actually done Are you hip to these Scary Pockets YouTube videos where it's like hipsters doing funk covers of Black Hole Sun from Sound, like with a funky with a Hammond organ and some shit like that.
Yeah.
They actually have a big following. She's always singing with them. But she's just crazy good.
What is that called again? Scary what? What is that?
Scary Pockets.
Scary Pockets. That's the funk kind of cover tribute vibes.
Yeah. And and they do all kind of stuff. Mainly she's like the jam, but the base of it is myself, Dave Tweedy. You guys know Dave?
Shout out to Dave.
Didn't Dave do a Flipsyde thing?
We've all did. He's worked on Flipsyde stuff a couple different times, right?
Yeah, we're all kinds of whores here. We play with everybody. We just fuck it. Dave Tweedy.
As it should be. All the Bay Area homies. I mean, so that's and the Victoria Theodore is his girlfriend, and she's like a great. She played with Stevie Wonder for 7 years. She's playing with Beyonce when she tours, and so it's like a bunch of cool folks, and most of them are Bay Area homies, which is super cool. Like 90%.
Why are they all in LA?
Where do we tune in? How are we going to watch that?
So it's called Fab 4 Con Jam.
Okay, Fab 4 Con Jam.
Fab 4 Con Jam, and there's just like a link to a website. You can get tickets. If you're into the Beatles, it's a bunch of other cool stuff showing movies. They got all these people speaking. There's other musicians playing. But it's like we took a little bit. It sounds really good. The tunes came out good. We got Dave on them, which was nice. I got friends. It's like I got friends to play these songs.
My
It's
friends.
just kind of labor of love, just like
That's
with
cool.
you guys, man. Doesn't it feel like, it's so you're so lucky to be able to make music with this crew, with your crew.
Yeah.
That's like, you guys have a real love, and I think it comes out in everything you do. I know you know it, but I'm just saying, like, and usually, of course, you get area people often to play with you. I get to play with you sometimes. Other folks singing, playing D sharp, this whole Bay Area. It's nice.
Dude,
But
we
anyway,
got to go back to that Steve Bradley and Tweety.
Steve Bradley's on it.
The Good Times with the bass, the tuba bass thing. As
found it.
Just fun track. We never put that out, right?
No, I found it.
Nah.
But I just listened to the one we did of Good Times with Michael Elizondo and that whole with Zoe Ellis.
Both of them out.
That shit sounds amazing. I was
We're gonna put that one out later this year.
Yeah, I
You
played
got
that
Ray
whole-
Charles and Lay, and it Ray. What does it? Ray Charles.
You've never heard that one before. I've been trying to get Lay on here for a while. He won't get on. He's so shy.
Lay,
So,
come on,
I
bro.
wanna-
Come hang out with us, bro.
I want to go back to On My Way though. I want to geek out about the tones for a second because
Yeah.
there's some cool shit on there. First of all, in the bridge, it sounds like horns, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me give it up to you for that. I was gonna, if you didn't bring it up, I was gonna bring it. That's some of the baddest shit I ever heard.
What's that, Rayto?
That's a fuzz factory. It's a fuzz pedal, and that's what the horn sound is. It's basically a bunch of there's probably like 10 guitars playing single note lines.
I watched you do
What-
it. It was so cool because I would never have thought of that in a million years. Like you put down one and it was like, yeah, it's kind of sounds like a horn section, huh? And then
Yeah.
you're like, hold on. And you just started putting more, you made a chord out of just single notes.
Nice.
It straight up sounds like a horn section, man. It was pretty badass. I watched it was good stuff.
And then wait. Dave's guitar sound was mainly this guy. It's a memory man analog delay
Dope.
through. What guitar were you playing, Dave? Do you
My
remember?
G&L. I remember that the guitars that I had, those rhythm guitars, whatever, were recorded live with the drums. Then I just kind of, I'm like, oh, this is rough track, right? A sketch track. It was through my Lone Star, and I just played it all the way through. And then I'll go back and do it better or whatever. And then it was like the vibe and the fact that I was locked into you. It stayed that way. And I don't know if we did it with bass as well, but it was all that was from the live. It was from that.
We overdubbed the bass. I remember that because we worked on it quite a bit, Orion. You had some really cool melodic ideas. But I remember the melody though we did at the studio later, because that sound for the guitar we messed around quite a bit, and then once we hit it, it was through the memory man, through the basement amp, and that was the right sound.
It was a wah pedal too, right?
Yes.
No, you had the Mooger Fooger
Envelope filter.
envelope filter. Yeah, there's an envelope filter played through the memory man, so you get a slap back. And
That's why I can never get that shit to sound right. I've been trying to fuck with a wah pedal, and them shits. I'm like, this shit does not sound good. So the Mooger Fooger.
You sure? Okay, maybe if you say so.
Like
Yeah.
the way that sounds, Mooger Fooger.
The
That sounds
Mooger
like a
Fooger.
cartoon. It's coming out next
Dude.
year. Mooger Fooger.
The
Yeah,
Mooger
well, look, man, I don't know all of the technical stuff as to how y'all came up with the sounds, but I know that there's some dope sounds, and I know that that's one piece of music that wrote the lyrics for us. That song determined what we were going to be talking about on it. It just sounded like that girl. It sounded like that girl that use you and abuse you, and you ain't got no shame, like Steve said. She wants me, she needs me, and I want to be her slave. Hey, and then I love it, man. I love it because every real man has that story in his past, of that human being, right? Or his present. It could be his past, a combination of his past and his present. That one human being, man.
Yeah.
And and you talk and you just hate her, and you talk bad about everything she did to you. But the last line of it is, but if she calls right now, I'm on my way.
You're on the line of obsessed. You're a little obsession.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So that song wrote itself. Me and Steve, we didn't really have to do too much work on that. We just opened up our mouths and the lyrics came out. So we appreciate it.
And the video's fresh too.
Yeah. Shout out to, our homie.
Luis
Louis, right? Luis Montoya.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luis is back and forth to LA, mainly in
He's
LA.
doing well.
Sing on that. We all just got in front of a green screen, got different vibes, and then we put colors and interlaced them and layered them. It turned out dope.
Super dope.
Yeah, man.
Luis taught himself all that stuff, man. Luis
Yeah.
was just a kid like out of high school, and he was going down to the community center in West Oakland, United Roots. And, they would have little seminars every now and then and little workshops. And one of them was on video editing and filming. And Luis just took it seriously. And he started doing it. started getting hired to do jobs, bought himself more equipment. It was just going hard, man. And now, you know, that dude he's doing like videos for major artists, and he's back and forth to LA. So, you know, shout out to Luis Montoya.
Yeah.
He's doing well, right?
Yeah.
You gotta say it like this. You gotta say it, Montoya.
Montoya.
You've
yeah.
murdered my family. I will
No,
come.
Here
he's
tonight.
What is that from? Princess Bride?
Yeah, Princess
I'm-
Bride.
You killed my father. That's a great name, Montoya.
Prepared to die.
Well, I
Hey,
hope to
where's
make some
everybody
music with you.
from? Orion, are you down in LA right now?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you're in
Right
LA.
here.
Steve is in Colorado. Ray To's in Oakland. Dave's in Richmond. Everybody's somewhere. Where are all the fans from? Y'all got to sound off. Let us know, you know, who we're
How
talking
long have you been
to.
down in LA, Orion? You've been down there almost over a year, couple years.
Yeah, like just permanently, at least 2.5 years.
Nice. Tell me your wife's name. You got married, right? I haven't even seen you since then.
Here's
Congratulations.
my thing. Here's
Yeah,
my ring.
we're both
And,
married. Time I saw you. Congrats, bro.
Congratulations.
And yes, her name is Hiromi. And actually, you know what? Dig it right now. That's part of the reason I got distracted. I just got a text. She went into work today. She works 4 times a month in a hospital as a nurse. Right? She's a nurse, but her main job is kind of a desk job. So she gets to work from home during the week. But she still has a second job as a nurse, of 3 to 4 times a month on the weekends. She works on the baby ward, on the baby floor. So there's up until a few months back, there wasn't a lot of possible like contamination or mixing with like COVID. I don't want to get in. I mean, you know,
Right.
we don't want to get into it, but on the real, just like about 2-3 weeks ago, they started floating the nurses because they have so much shit happening on the other floors, on the COVID floors, and other floors. But so she just texted me, not to be Debbie Downer, but she got floated to the COVID floor today. It doesn't happen it's only happened I think once before, but it's just heavy shit. So
Yeah, protection.
not to get off.
her.
But I guess I bring it up more because I'm super proud of her. And you asked what her name? Her name's Hiromi, and she's
Kicking
badass.
ass.
She's a hero, man.
Bad. She is a hero.
She's a hero. That's beautiful, man. It's great she has you too. Music has healing properties to it, man. It's no accident that some of these, you know, women choose a musician in their life. You know, we, you know, tend to emit a certain frequency of energy. Like your wife's a nurse. It's like my wife's a teacher. You know, Dave's wife is a teacher. It's like, you know,
That's right.
You're able to strike this perfect balance. These two human beings coming together, bringing their experiences and their frequencies and strike this perfect balance. And you know, we all tend to live a little longer when that balance is right.
Yeah.
If that balance
Right?
is off, it'll completely destroy you.
Nice. Well said. Yeah, I'm trying. We're trying, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Did
great.
you say she's going to Honolulu? Where is she doing where does she go for those 3 days a month? And just a hospital in LA?
4 days. She works 4 days a
Long
month.
Beach.
Long Beach. Oh, for some reason I
Hospital,
thought you said
yeah.
Honolulu. Well, we'll just send her prayers of protection, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What are you going to be doing this summer? Are you around this summer? Like, what's going on with you, like, in the next few months coming up?
Yeah, I'm around, man. I'm around. Just you know. Also, I'm doing a little bit. I'm doing I did a song with Jeff Schroeder from the Smashing Pumpkins too. Like he's doing a kind of a solo thing, and so he's testing the waters. I did a track with him. So you know, I'm just in town.
What
rocking.
kind of vibe was that? Just some rock, some big rock stuff?
It's
or
some
what?
rock, some kind of like shoegazy. Like it's actually cool because he's Korean, and it's a cover of a Korean pop song from the 70s that's acoustic. It was like a big hit on the radio, and with a female singer, and he did like a sort of shoegaze version of it, big guitars, like Smashing Pumpkins kind of version. Sounds good.
Dude, nice.
Cool.
No,
I
I'll
can't
bring it
wait.
up because what were you gonna say, Rito?
Oh, I can't wait to hear that. Yeah. Hope. Do you know? Is it going to come out, or is he just waiting for feedback and stuff? Or
I don't. Yeah, I'm sure it'll come out. It's his thing. I don't have sort of a say, or you know, I'll let him do his thing. But it was fun, and I love
Cool.
playing with him. and he's just a good cat. He's a good guy.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah, man.
But
yeah.
I
We
miss,
got
I
to
miss,
meet him at the Pumpkins show. That he took us backstage and introduced us. That was cool.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I gotta say, I love the picture of Ultraman's ass behind you. Like he's just his ass is- like he's all looking at the sky. That's amazing, bro.
right. It just your eyes just go.
I can't help
kind of
it.
draw you into it.
Yeah, dude.
I think I
Amazing.
have some Ultraman here too. Don't
Yeah,
I,
you do.
Dave?
You do. I have some all over. You can't see it, but I got Ultraman.
Is that Ultraman?
That's Ultraman, and that's Ultra 7.
Nice.
Rito. Yeah, I'm not gonna pull out my Ultraman because I don't want to, you know.
Dave gave me those.
private.
You're right. Dave's Ultraman would like
It's just too much.
put that to shame. Dave, have you ever dressed up like Ultraman for Halloween?
I have
With the
actually.
moose knuckle? Did you?
No. I just had a mask. I had a mask, just the mask, and I had like camouflage. So I was Ultraman camo. You know what I mean?
Nah, man, you got to get the onesie.
I have.
They don't make them that big,
Pajama suit.
but they don't make them that big. And Japanese guys are small, bro. Remember when I went to Japan and I was trying to get shoes, size 13 shoes in Japan?
Right.
People were like laughing at me. They're like pointing and laughing. Like I'm like, bro, what? They don't make them that big. So I tried. Yeah, even in Korea. Remember when we were working with Dynamic Duo and I did a song with those guys and the Korean rappers, and they were so happy and shit. So they sent me like a $500 pair of Air Jordans. The dopest Air Jordans, size 12. I was like, fuck, man, I couldn't wear them shits. I put them on now.
Do you still have them?
I gave them away to my friend.
Nice.
My friend's son, bro, is on one of those cooking shows.
Cool.
And he's like a famous guy on them cooking shows. He's like a villain in the cooking show. His name is Cody. And anyways, I gave it to him. That was actually a kid's kid. So I gave him the shoes. And
kid.
I remember I used to walk. Yeah, I used to walk with those shoes, and they were small. I'd walk like in Richmond, and motherfuckers would start like I'm gonna get robbed right now. They would be like, "Oh, nice shoes," and they'd crowd around me and shit. I'd be like, "Oh, wait a minute," because they were like 500. They were like the super sick Air Jordans, like the really, And I was like, so I gave it to him because he lived in like Marin and shit, so no one's in the jacket motherfucker. So yeah.
Shout out to Dynamic Duo. Those are some cool cats. First dude I saw stretching in the studio. It's like,
so,
why am I not stretching in the studio? I was like,
before we get off, I want to remind all the fans, people that are tuning in now and tuning in later, we have new acoustic music coming out every 2 weeks. So some of your favorite songs you've listened to over the years, we have acoustic. We have about 8 more songs, Reto? 8 more acoustic songs.
What's
so
the next one up? What's on deck? What's coming out Friday?
I have the commercial for it. I got to put it here. I will show you.
Oh yeah. Let's hear. Let's see.
I'll say this is what's coming up on. Is it Friday?
Yeah.
Next Friday.
Here you go. Look at
Hold this.
Yeah, she breaks me with my little blue heart. She shakes me right from the start. She makes me lose my
Little Blue Heart.
Yeah, man. See, I'm not fucking around.
And that's actually how Dave's guitar looks like.
That is this
That
guitar.
is the guitar.
That's the guitar.
Except for the hole there, yeah.
I love that we did Little Blue Heart. That's going to be kind of like in the vibe of Valentine's, February. That's good.
That's right, because it's
Sweet.
fucking.
See, we think about these things.
Totally.
Sometimes.
Hey, before we
Totally.
get off, man, I got to ask you, Orion, and who knows what's going to happen, but we've been talking about, have you heard of Fame Studios down in Muscle Shoals?
Of course I have, man. That's and I heard a little bit about something. I don't know what it is. But
So we're trying. I mean, things have to fall into place, and it's not 100% sure, but we're looking at July. And I think it'd be a no-brainer, man, if we can figure out a way to have you come down for at least a couple days to be like, dude, you're this prototype bass player for that place breeded. You know what I mean? It's like you have that DNA of that soul funk. You know what I mean? Like you would be. Your picture should be on the wall there. But seriously, though, dude, I think if it works out, man, I don't know. Would you be down to come?
Yeah, of course.
So we'll have to figure it out. Like I said, everything's still kind of, we have to get details and plans. But I think it'd be so beautiful to have you down there for a couple days and just like do your thing. You know, it seems like since ever since I heard it was Michael Jackson talking about the bass. You know, like I used to think, oh, the bass, whatever, blah 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 blah. But he was just like, God, just give me a really funky bass line. You know what I mean? Like boom, boom, boom. And it was Billie Jean, bro. He started that with a bass line, and they're so repetitive and hypnotic. I think the what I truly understand when you can create a bass line pocket in a groove that's like hypnotic, dude. It's powerful, bro. You basically hypnotize people.
So James Jamerson was the bass player for
Motown,
right? He's like the superhero.
He is the superhero.
Cuts.
Mm-hmm.
You're a superhero too.
Yeah, he's pardon me. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, James Jamerson is heavy cat, and actually he just now got they've been trying to raise money to get him like a respectable headstone where he's buried in South Carolina.
Oh,
they
wow.
had his one of his like great grand nephews or something had been raising money at big GoFundMe for 2 or 3 years. They just got the money to make like a big sort of like a column with a little like a base on top of it, like a gold. And I'm surprised that it took him so long, but I threw in some money a couple times because it just kept seeming like 2 years later. I'm like, really? They still don't, but they pulled it off. So yeah, he's getting some due, and yeah, nice of you to mention Jamerson.
Yeah, man. Every time I go to Marcus Bookstore is the oldest black bookstore in America. I believe in America, but definitely California. And I would go in, and the lady behind the counter would always be talking about James Jamerson. Always. And she would ask me, have you ever heard of James Jamerson? I'm like, you just asked me that. I was just in here like a couple weeks ago. And she was like, evidently we didn't talk about everything we needed to talk about then. And then she would just start going in like on James Jamerson, and he played on this and he did that, and it's amazing. And hold on right now, I'll try to go in and just grab a book real quick. I'll be in there for an hour. And she's just talking about James Jamerson. So that name stuck in my head. And then I really, really started listening to those bass lines, going to those songs. And, it's really like bass and drums. Like that's bass and drum is pretty much the foundation. Like drum is the heartbeat and bass is the flow of the blood. And then you just build on top of that. But,
and the guitar is the cock and balls.
That's what you'd like to think. Yeah.
But what about
in your hands? In Dave's hands for sure. In Dave's hands for sure.
That sweet peach.
Right. There you go. Tickle it. Tickle it a little bit. Crazy.
That was too funny. Oh my God.
Hey man, it's good hanging out with my dudes, man. It's definitely good to see you, Orion.
Yes, sir.
We got to get back.
Good to see you.
Get back in action, man. Get back creating more music.
So do you have your home set up? Do you have your home recording set all dialed in, Orion? People can hit you up, and so if people want some killer bass tracks, they just got to hit you up and
hit me up on Instagram. Maybe is the best way. Just message me on Instagram. But I got.
You're dialed in.
I'm kind of dialed in. As you know, I might be adding stuff here and there, but I'm good. But I just want to also say, man, I hope whatever happens with anybody playing, you guys going to Muscle Shoals is one of the best, baddest. Just feels right. It's just like as part of your history and the history of that studio, it would be an amazing thing, and it just feels like it should happen.
Yeah, I think it's
so.
Gonna
I hope you guys do it.
Dude. Did you see the documentary of that place? There's a documentary that's incredible.
Seen that one.
Yeah, you got. We should when Steve gets here, we should all watch it together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down. We have to. That's on the to-do list, man. That's on the to-do list.
Speaking of Instagram, follow us on Instagram at The Real Flipside.
We're about to be verified, is what I hear.
That's
nice.
Verified. And Piper did some dope videos on Instagram. Steve's, we've been working on the Instagram, and so check us out there. And also,
now wait a minute, Dave.
But
It's you got the wrong Instagram. That was the old one. It's Flipsyde Official.
oh well, fuck, I don't know. I don't know. I don't be knowing them shits. I don't know fucking Instagram.
Put it in the comments, Rachel. Put it in the comments. All
There
right.
it is.
Flipsyde Official. Follow us on Flipsyde Official.
Fire, bro.
I don't know how to run that shit.
Our homegirl's been helping out.
Yeah, Charlotta and Katarina, thank you guys for the time and energy. They're gonna help us a little bit. So
Shout out to Charlotta and Katarina.
Put this in the comments.
Sweden was dope. I remember flying into Sweden and seeing the snow on the rooftops. We flew in at night. I remember. It never really turned from day to night. It kind of just turned to sunset for like 3 hours, and then the sun came back up.
right.
Like that was a mystical experience. Sweden was dope. So it's exciting to be working with some people from Sweden again that love the music and vibing good with us, and everything is just going smooth. The universe is opening up again, and Flipsyde is stepping through.
And we've had 2 number 1 songs in Sweden, by the way.
Yeah.
2 jams, whatever,
Also, anything Flipsyde related, you can go this Linktree link that shows all the latest music, merch, website, Instagram, Facebook, and all that stuff. That's all. It's a nice little thing there. It's all a nice collection of where we can be found and all that stuff, and you can interact with us. So check that out.
Miss you guys. I'm gonna be in the Bay March 1st.
Oh, sorry.
Also, thank you for everyone that's been donating to the PayPal. Much love. Appreciate that. It helps us make better shows for you guys. So thank you.
Nice.
Right up.
Yeah.
And then Bubba's gonna be here soon, so we're gonna have some more Flipsyde music. Getting the Voltron's
Get back
getting
in the
back
studio,
together.
finish up some songs, write some new songs, get a plan for the summer. And we have a lot of stuff. It's exciting times just to feel like there's a lot of momentum building, a lot of good energy, a lot of good vibes. So the brotherhood's strong, and we about to create a lot of new music, man. So that gets me pumped. It gets me out of bed. It gives me purpose. So love you guys.
Straight up, man.
All right, guys.
Love.
So all right, well, we'll finish up I'll put out a video for that.
Thanks, Orion, for stopping in. It was great.
Yeah, so good to see you, Orion.
Good seeing you, homie.
It's good to see you too, man. And you guys, just again, you are doing crazy good work. You are doing good, consistent, good quality, on point. It's really nice to see. Like, I know that it's just nice to see, because I love you guys, but I also love your music. And every song is just quality level is just up and up and up and solid. So kudos.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Hope to see you soon, bro. Take care.
All right, man. Stay safe.
Stay
safe.
Yeah.
Tell your wife we said thanks for saving the world.
That's right.
You got it.
All right.
Thanks.
Later,
Peace.
guys. Talk soon.
Later, man.
Voices screaming inside my head, trying to tell me that I'm better out there. I never listen when the cold wind blows. We keep on living, but we all. We ever turn a look on the other side of town? East, west, up, down, and side to side. No direction but a clear path, so I climb. On my bright colors painted outside the line. And we ride and we roll and we blow in. We don't know what's up there, but we going, yeah. I followed her into the night, and she said, yeah, we go into the deep, into the deep unknown. Here we go into the deep unknown.
And I felt like I was leaning. The weight up on my shoulders was too much for human beings. I know there got to be a better way outside of dreaming. I prayed a lot but couldn't tell the angels angels from the demons, a blessing and a curse through the lessons I was seeing. The places that I be in psychologically provided me with the wisdom to witness the hypocrisy. A victim of nothing other than my philosophy that probably pushes me forward, increasing my velocity. Get off of me, I was born to live, born to love, born to give. And soon as the storm hits, I write a song with lightning in the clouds, and you can hear the thunder in the crowd. Run, come on.
Here we go into the deep, into the deep unknown. Here we go into the deep, into the deep unknown. We ride and we roll and we blow in. We don't know what's up there, but we go in, yeah. I followed her into the night, and she said, I'm swimming up and I'm pushing, but still can't breathe. I'm trying to get to the surface so I can break free. Lord knows nothing is gonna stop me. Lord knows nothing is gonna
So
stop
I'm on
me.
I-5 with the top down underneath the night sky, trying to pick a star, send a prayer up high. Whole lot of bad mixed with some nice guy, trying to get it right, right? Come on.
Here we go.